Hello and welcome to Advocacy in Childcare. My name is Melissa Jewell and I'm the Regional Director for Northwest Childcare Resource and Referral. Thank you for spending some time today so we can really discuss this important topic about advocacy. So what is it and why is it important to me? So when I mentioned advocacy, is this kind of how you felt? Like you just wanted to curl up into a ball and not discuss it? Don't feel bad. A lot of us feel this way before we really get our feet wet doing the process. So advocacy can seem like it can be overwhelming and scary at times, but it doesn't have to be. And hopefully when we go through this webinar today, you'll feel better about it and you will not so much want to hide like this child is, but instead be able to stand proud and really be a voice for change for the children and families and the business that you do of childcare. So by definition, what is advocacy? Advocacy is the act of speaking on the behalf of or in support of another person, place, or thing. So we want to change what is into what should it be. So, for example, if you think about childcare today, think about something that you think about what's a rule today or some policy, either at the state or the federal level, and what do you think it should be to be better? That's all advocacy is to be able to speak and tell somebody that this is what it is today, but if we did it this way in the future, it would be better for everyone. So that's as simple as advocacy is. So why advocate? We really need to be the voice for the people who cannot speak for us. The people in our care are children. They don't have a voice. They don't know who to contact. So we really need to be able to look at the industry, look at what's happening in society, and talk about what we can do better as a city, county, state, federal country, that we can make childcare better. Also, an advocate supports a cause that has personal meaning. So you really want to be able to look at what speaks to you. We talked a little at the beginning about sometimes advocacy can be overwhelming. And so if you start out with just finding one piece that's really personal to you and start talking about that one piece, you will be really effective as long as it has a personal meaning to you. Also, why should we be an advocate? Because we want to have input into a solution. Sometimes it's easy to complain about things, but not provide an actual solution. When we talk to legislators, policymakers, other people that have the ability to make changes, they really want to hear from people. They want to know what the solution is. A lot of people call and complain, but they find it really helpful if you can come up with a solution because they a lot of times don't have the expertise. They're not living in the childcare world like you are, and they can't even see sometimes what a solution may be. But you can because you know you're living it and you are the expertise in this scenario. So really think about that and give that a lot of courage to you about why you should be an advocate because you are the content expertise here. And then also, we want you to promote change. We know that childcare isn't exactly perfect today. Nothing in this world is perfect. So little by little, how can we make changes so that all children and the childcare business on a whole is better? Who do we advocate for? Many times we need to be that voice for those who can't speak. The infant who needs a safe place to sleep, the toddler learning to speak, the new family trying to find quality childcare, the child development home provider who needs health care benefits, and the importance of childcare in general. But who do we advocate for specifically? Children, obviously. They are our past, present, and future. They are shaped and molded by various experiences and interactions as their little bodies and minds grow and develop. So much has been said currently about recognizing how trauma and stress as a young child can affect them into adulthood. It is up to us to ensure that we are doing everything we can to protect the youngest and most vulnerable. Our little ones are our best assets. Help them to become the best forms of themselves. Another group we need to advocate for are the families. They rely on the experts in the field, like us, to educate and guide them to seek quality childcare. They need our support to make the best choices for their children without barriers to do so. They rely on us to be trusting partners as many times they are stuck with impossible choices and are torn between making their finances stretch enough to put food on the table and pay for childcare. Families understand the important job you, the child care provider, has and makes paying tuition a priority, but it can be difficult to speak up about the challenges they are faced with. It is up to us to be their voice and fight their fight with them. But what about being an advocate for the child care profession? How do we change the stigma that child care is not babysitting? Last time I checked, I think it would be frowned upon to actually sit on a baby. Fortunately, the perspective is starting to change as research supports the benefits of quality practices on a child's development by building relationships, providing engaging activities, and teaching social skills. But let's not also forget about advocating for yourself. You know what's the best for your child care program, as well as your personal and family needs. You are your best supporter. Get up and take a stand for what you think is best. It's really important that we find that personal aspect of what we are passionate about so we can be a strong advocate for them. So, what are those issues? What should we be advocating for? There are many to choose from, as you can kind of see from the screen. Safety and health practices like safe sleep environments for children, inclusion of special needs childcare, education to family about quality standards in childcare, access to funding to recruit staff or offer benefits like health insurance, increase the federal and state minimum wage, increasing the funding to help low-income families pay for quality childcare. All of these and many, many more are different topics that you could choose from. The important thing to remember is that you don't have to make changes for all of them right away. You can just choose one and focus on them. And then as you feel more comfortable, you can add more topics. Just remember, pick a topic that speaks to you, and you want to make sure that you get your voice heard. So, how do we help? Like I just said, have a voice, tell a story. It's really important that they see the decision makers, like the legislators and policymakers, that they understand the story about it, they understand the impact. So if you have your issue and you're passionate about them, share a story about what is going on. It really, really impacts your legislator. Make sure you do contact your legislators. If you go on the website, you can easily find, based on your zip code, who your state and federal legislators are. If you have a problem with that, you can contact your local child care resource and referral consultant. They will be able to help you find where you can find your legislator. You can also join CCR&R. We have a lot of advocacy efforts. We share a lot of information about topics. We have blogs. Our website carries a lot of information. We have a news section on our website. So if you start looking there, you'll be able to see a lot of different issues that are trending right now. And it's really important that you stay current on those issues. Maybe you want to do a Google search or find other information out there, but make sure that you do have the current information on issues. Also, I recommend attending legislative events. Most legislators have town hall meetings or Saturday coffees, or they might call them something different. But basically, usually on the weekend or an evening, they will be at a set location. They will publicize them in local papers, and they want you to come and talk about the issues. So that's a good way to meet a legislator, and you're in a common space area. Also, we encourage you to participate in the Week of the Young Child and the National Provider Appreciation Day. There's a lot of great things going on by a lot of national organizations around these things, and you can kind of tack onto that and share that information also. But most important, we just want you to take action, no matter how big or small, just trying to move forward, to be that great advocate. To take action, though, sometimes to find the words is hard. There are a lot of important national resources available. You can go to Child Care Works, which is powered by Child Care Aware of America. You can also access the National Association for Family Child Care, or the National Association of the Early Young Child, that's NAEYC, N-A-E-Y-C. And they also have 0 to 3 and early connections for a lifetime. That is also available. But Iowa also has some very specific areas too. There is the Child and Family Policy Center here in Iowa. We have our own Iowa Association for the Education of Young Children. We have an Early Childhood Iowa statewide system that provides local resources to all 99 counties. And then, of course, there's always us, Iowa Child Care Resource and Referral. Any of these organizations would be glad to help you provide information on what issue you are interested in talking to legislators about, and they will help you craft some information. They might have some things already available for you to use. So for an example, here are 2 advocacy tools from Child Care Aware of America, and these will show you what a sample letter to Congress looks like. You can take the sample letter and you can pull things from it and make it specifically to your language. You can use the letter as is, sign your name on it. But really, a lot of organizations are out there and they want to help you be a strong advocate. And so they will help you find the resources that you need and the words that you need to do the job. I love this picture, and I do love Mr. Rogers. Here's a great quote that he has. We live in a world in which we need to share responsibility. It is easy to say it's not my child, not my community, not my world, not my problem. Then there are those who see the need and respond. I consider those people my heroes. The children of Iowa need you, the child care provider, to be their hero. They need you to find your voice and to be an advocate for them. So please join us in being the children of Iowa's heroes today. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to connect with Child Care Resource and Referral, and we will follow up with any questions that you need to have to be a stronger advocate. You can go to our website at www.iowaccrr.org. I'd really like to thank you for taking time again to listen to this presentation, and please don't be afraid to be an advocate. You have it within you. You're a strong child care provider. Please be the voice for everyone else. Thank you.